and they will never be forgiven. They will suffer terrible pain in hell. Being entangled in a relationship with a narcissist, characterized by grandiosity, lack of empathy, and an insatiable need for admiration, can have severe consequences. Victims of narcissistic abuse often endure profound emotional trauma, leaving them disoriented, wounded, and unable to move forward. The impact on their mental and emotional well-being can be devastating, taking years to heal and recover. One of the greatest challenges in relationships with narcissists is the inherent unfairness. Rather than taking responsibility for their actions, narcissists habitually shift the blame onto others. They employ deception and gaslighting to distort their victims' perception of reality, leading to confusion and self-doubt. This manipulation intensifies the emotional suffering inflicted upon the victim, leaving them bewildered and disempowered. Narcissists exhibit a callous disregard for their victims, swiftly discarding them without any concern or consideration. Victims are left grappling with the shock and pain of being discarded and treated as disposable. Narcissists view others as mere tools or objects to serve their self-serving motives. This callous indifference towards others is repulsive and difficult to comprehend. In our discussion, we will delve into the 7 destructive behaviors of narcissists and how they justify their harmful actions. If you wish to stay informed and continue the conversation, kindly click the subscribe button to receive updates. By doing so, you contribute to raising awareness and fostering ongoing dialogue around this important topic. Number 1. Emotional vampire. Narcissists are the quintessential emotional vampires, mercilessly feeding off your humanity, integrity, and capacity as a thinking, feeling individual. They revel in the power trip of bullying and intimidating others, deriving satisfaction from exerting control and inflicting abuse. But at what cost? Is sacrificing your very life worth appeasing their insatiable thirst for dominance? Reflect on what you lose in this toxic dynamic. Your ability to think clearly, differentiate between reality and delusion, and process new information slips away. Your perspective becomes distorted, and your mental state undergoes a profound shift. Losing sight of your true identity becomes inevitable, but to the narcissist, this is of no consequence. They care nothing for the devastation they cause. Their sole focus is on feeding their insatiable desires for power and material possessions. Number 2. Gaslighting. Another form of narcissistic abuse is extreme gaslighting. Narcissists distort everything you share with them, your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, for the sole purpose of controlling the narrative. By manipulating your truth, they coerce you into conforming to their will, persuading you to engage in actions you would otherwise reject, and convincing you to accept what you would not normally tolerate. Their suffocating psychic energy envelops you, reshaping and warping your understanding of yourself, them, reality, and the world. Ultimately, the narcissist's diabolical objective is to establish complete dependence on your part. Financially and emotionally, they seek to control your every move, all the while shifting blame for their misdeeds onto you and claiming credit for your accomplishments. Allowing another person to dominate your life to the point of self-devaluation, eroding your self-worth, and obliterating your true essence is untenable. It is crucial to break free from the clutches of such manipulation. Reclaim your autonomy, honor your self-worth, and rediscover who you are and what principles guide your existence. Stand firm against those who seek to control your life and refuse to tolerate being treated as anything less than deserving of utmost respect. Number 3. Ignorance. Narcissists possess an uncanny ability to accurately assess their own desires and needs. They recognize that kindness, respect, introspection, and accountability are crucial elements in maintaining healthy relationships. However, their understanding remains superficial. Despite recognizing these requirements, they fail to translate this knowledge into action. They lack the initiative to fulfill these essential qualities independently. Think back to instances where the narcissist expressed concern about the possibility of you leaving the relationship or losing their hold over you. They adjusted their attitude and demeanor to appear more approachable. The puzzling aspect lies in why they did not consistently provide what you needed to sustain the connection. They knew full well that respect, understanding, compassion, presence, intentionality, love, and care were vital for nurturing the relationship. Yet, they intentionally withheld these crucial elements, forcing you to beg for them. Numerous factors contribute to the growth of a healthy relationship, but they deliberately denied you access to everything you explicitly requested. Number 4. A campaign of lies. They started a smear effort when they could no longer get direct control. They kept telling lies even after being caught, which hurt their own reputation. They told you lies on purpose to bring you down, because they were angry and had bad senses. I find it hard to believe that treating these people with respect is more helpful than trying to make them calm down. There may be problems in the relationship, but it's important to let go of the past and give them time to heal. But instead of giving up, they stepped up their efforts. As you fought back against their attempts to directly control you, they looked for outside help for a campaign to hurt your image by spreading lies about you. Your good name was ruined by this effort, and people in your personal life, at work, and with friends no longer trusted you. It was clear that they didn't care about the pain they caused you, because they loved the chance to hurt others. Because they were jealous, angry, or mean, they took advantage of the situation to make themselves feel better about themselves. This kind of behavior is wrong because it leads to more anger, jealousy, and harm. It's important to know that their behaviors are caused by their flaws, not because they think you're worth something. The 5th thing is cheating and betrayal. It is a terrible sin for someone to be having affairs with other people while being in a relationship with you and trying to hide it. When their cheating is found out, they will do anything to explain and deny what they did. But who really gains from the way they trick people? When you try to hold them responsible for betraying you, they gaslight you by calling you ridiculous and putting the blame on you. This behavior comes from not understanding how you feel and not caring about how it makes you feel. It sounds like the actions mentioned come from someone who is not just upset, but bad by nature. I'm not ready or willing to look into the troubled parts of their personality right now. These actions are becoming more and more common, which is very worrying. To commit evil, someone must do things they know are wrong, fully aware of the pain they cause their partner, and instead of taking responsibility, they put the blame on you. What else could it be if not evil? It's hard to think of something worse than that kind of behavior. Their repeated lies and attempts to control you hurt your trustworthiness a lot. Their narcissistic traits destroy the trust that is at the heart of a relationship, making their offense intolerable. They are consistently and methodically dishonest, so you can't trust what they say or what they mean. After taking yourself out of the scenario and facing reality, the lie they told you becomes clear. Everything about the relationship and the events that led to it turns out to be a dream. People often can't trust again after being betrayed in this way. Many people are forever scared when it comes to trust after being betrayed in this way. They can never get over the harm done to them, and it will always affect their ability to trust and believe in others. 6. Abuse of both body and mind. It's true that not all narcissists are violent, but the ones who are can make their victims feel very unsafe, which makes it hard for them to trust others and be around other people. A victim may not be able to get over their fear that their attacker will return to hurt them for years or even decades. They don't feel comfortable in their own skin because the narcissist's abuse has made them feel bad about themselves. Situations that feel unsafe or places that don't offer a sense of physical safety may set them off. Because I grew up with a selfish parent, I will not stand for any kind of physical abuse. Violence is the same thing as giving up all humanity. Such behavior comes from being angry inside, and it has nothing to do with how good the person is in general. It shows a scary dark side that has nothing to do with people. Seventh, taking advantage of people. Narcissists put their own needs ahead of everyone else's and think others are useless. Because they think they are better than others and think they are more important than others, they see people as things they can use to get what they want. Their goals are based on getting something for themselves, whether it's money, pleasure, or something else that feeds their baser desires. Real attention, connection, and empathy don't mean anything to them. They see other people as a way to get what they want, and they lie and manipulate them to get it. They see people as things, which feeds their baser feelings and shows how much they care about themselves and survival. In later episodes, the complicated processes of exploitation will be looked at in more depth. We've come a long way since the last show, and I hope you learned something helpful. Leave your thoughts below, and if you liked it, please click like and tell your friends about it. Come with me in the next part as we talk about the subject in more depth. It's time to get better and heal. Hey everyone, welcome. Glad you could join us. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Today, I'm going to talk about the 10 things that damaging narcissists do that drive empaths crazy. Before I get into the juicy details, I want to make it clear that the information I'm about to give is only for people who are dealing with emotional abusers who hurt and hurt others. It's not meant for people who are dealing with dangerous or possibly violent people. If you find yourself in this situation, put your safety first and get help right away from medical workers, the police, or other reliable authorities. Do not put your or your loved one's safety at risk. Now that we've got that important point across, let's get down to business. You are about to learn the things that will make your narcissist extremely upset. Write down everything you need to know as I go over it. But wait, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell before we move on to the next plan. This way, you will get weekly updates with more great tips to make your life better. First, try not to get stuck in the middle of their fights. Narcissists love chaos, drama, and being able to easily show how much they hate and feel guilty about themselves. They use their victims as emotional punching bags, and the hits they land can hurt. But what if you don't want to get involved in their fights or react personally to the things they say, like attacks, criticism, or projections? How about just giving them a blank stare? You become less of an easy target if you don't get caught up in their harmful web. The narcissist will feel angry and powerless because they can't change or control you anymore, which is good for you. They won't be able to get their negative feelings out because their attempts to hurt your feelings will fail. Number 2, no care for their problems. Have you ever come across someone who was so caught up in their own issues, lies, and fights that you have to wake them up? That's exactly how a narcissist goes about their life. They use different strategies to change how you see them because they want respect, control, and a position of power. But what if you don't care and act like it? What if you show them that their false views don't change the way you think, feel, or act? Just picture how confused they will be when they realize how little you care about them. Just think about how angry they will be when they can't change your mood anymore. When you are focused on living your life, reaching your goals, being happy, and taking care of your own business, They lose control over you and become crazy. So, show them that their problems, their efforts to get you to care about them, and any other tricks they use don't matter much to you. Number 3, show them to other people. Narcissists are very good at tricking people into believing what they want them to believe and making themselves look good. What if, though, their carefully crafted image fell apart in front of a crowd? What if you told them they were lying, exaggerating, or really not very good at what they do? Imagine the fear that flashes through their eyes when they are directly asked a question, and how they can't answer without giving away who they really are. Think about how upset they are when their flaws or mistakes are shown to everyone. In this way, you take away their power over you and show them as they really are. You and everyone else can no longer be fooled or tricked by them, because everyone can see their real character. So, don't be afraid to talk to them directly. Show them what they're really like in public, and refuse to put up with their lies and schemes. Don't back down. Let them know you can see through their tricks and lies. Number 4, let them know who they really are. What would happen if you stopped believing their complicated web of lies and told them who they really were? What if you weren't going to believe their lies and let them control you any longer? You are basically telling them, I see through your lies and manipulative tactics. When you question their feelings and personal stories, you show that you won't let them trick you and that you can figure out what they really want. But how are you going to do this? When you hear a narcissist talking badly about someone or making up a story to make you feel sorry for them, don't be afraid to question their story and let them know that you will not let their lies go unchecked. Their game is thrown off because you are no longer playing, leaving them unsure of how to move forward. Number 5, show that you don't respect them. What would happen if you treated them badly the way they treat you badly? What if you ignored them and made them feel like they didn't matter? Being rude and disrespectful to narcissists is a strong way to get back at them. By acting the same way they do, you show that you will no longer let them control or hurt you. You will no longer put up with their complaints or judgments. But how are you going to do this? First, don't let them take over the talk or make you feel bad about yourself. Stay strong and don't back down from challenges. Let them know that you won't stand for their selfish behavior and that their attempts to scare you will no longer work. Number 6, ignore the fact that they exist. Say you laughed or gave them a look that said, "You can't be serious," in response to their attempts to trick you. Not paying attention to them can weaken them. You are not giving them the attention and respect they want by not taking their selfish behavior seriously. Their lies and tricks have no effect on you because you show them that. Do so carefully, though, and watch how they respond. When they make up complicated details and add to their stories, they might lose it when their efforts to trick others don't work. Number 7, being completely honest. Narcissists have a weak sense of who they are and are great at controlling other people. What if you told them the truth, no matter how painful it was? What if you told them without fear what they really needed to hear, even if it wasn't what they wanted to hear? Being brutally honest with narcissists is a strong way to find out what kind of person they are. You might see them fall apart when you tell them the cold, hard truth. Narcissists don't like hearing facts that hurt their inflated sense of self-importance, especially when those facts go against what they think about themselves. Be brave and say what other people might be afraid to say. Watch as their act falls apart when they are faced with the results of their deeds. Number 8, completely turning off. Narcissists get pleasure from making up a false sense of who they are. But what if you saw past their facade and found out how weak, meaningless, and useless they really are? By breaking through their veil of fantasy, you can take away their power. When you see how weak they really are and how empty their own sense of worth is, the game is over for them. They know that you can see through their act, which makes them look weak. They can't keep up the act that everything is okay any longer. Number 9, not caring. Ignoring that they exist can be a very effective way to make narcissists weak. You're giving them the fuel they need for their ego by not paying attention to them. This can drive them crazy and keep them from getting the approval they need so badly at the same time. It is worth the work, even though it is hard. Even if the quiet is unbearable, it is important to keep going. Believe me, the option is much harder than putting up with their attempts to control you. Don't pay attention to what they want, and watch as their power slowly fades. Number 10, get up and walk away. If you give up on them and walk away, it means that you are no longer connected to them in any way. It says, you don't matter anymore, and I don't care. It means taking your attention, energy, care, and worry off of their narcissistic supply. It means you don't want to talk to them anymore. I know this isn't a game or an easy job. I agree that it's not as easy as it sounds. But trust me when I say it is possible and very important for your health. I hope this conversation has taught you something useful. If it helped you, please consider clicking like and sharing the most important thing you learned. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when new videos come out all week. Remember what you're worth and how to set yourself free. Thanks for watching. See you in the next movie. This is how narcissists rot in this world over time. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Narcissist Exposed. It's great to have you here. Today, I want to delve into how narcissists deteriorate over time. On the surface, a narcissist might appear to be a remarkable individual with everything going for them. Their charm and confidence often open doors to numerous opportunities and relationships. Some narcissists lead lives that seem enviable, marked by career success or flourishing businesses. They relentlessly pursue every material possession money can buy. Their thoughts are consumed by themselves and their next conquest. To outsiders, a narcissist's life might look perfect. However, appearances are deceiving when it comes to narcissists. They are some of the most deceitful individuals you will ever encounter. They might not be as wealthy as they claim. Often, they are deeply dissatisfied with their lives. Their happiness is fleeting, as they are perpetually chasing the next big thing. Their inner world is plagued by jealousy, ingratitude, and unhappiness, making them incredibly spiteful and mean-spirited. Narcissists rarely learn from their experiences unless it serves to enhance their false image, increase their wealth, or expand their control over others. They constantly adapt, learning new tricks to achieve their goals. Their lies become more elaborate and malicious, and their gratitude diminishes. Over time, these traits intensify, causing narcissists to become worse. So, let's peel back the layers and explore the reality behind the narcissist's facade. If you have any stories or thoughts on this topic, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, let's continue the journey towards healing and understanding. 1. The effects of time on a narcissist. You quickly realize that narcissists don't mature. They merely age. Though their appearance may change, their toxic personality remains constant. They never learn to appreciate life or the small, meaningful moments that matter to most of us. Refusing to accept or let go of past grievances, they grow increasingly bitter and resentful. This constant negativity ensures they remain angry and unhappy until the very end. In many ways, their egos deteriorate over time. Even the carefully constructed facades of covert narcissists begin to crumble as they age. It becomes more difficult for them to hide their foul moods, and as a result, more people distance themselves from them. Their health declines, their relationships falter, and they lose touch with reality as the darkness within them deepens. This ongoing deterioration prevents them from ever taking responsibility for their actions. Their inability to love persists, revealing their continued ignorance of true happiness. Over time, it becomes clear that the narcissist's journey is one of increasing isolation and inner turmoil. 2. Delusions deepen over time. Another significant change is that narcissists' delusions intensify with age. Narcissists are notorious for their constant lying and bizarre beliefs, but these tendencies become more pronounced as they grow older. Let me explain. When a narcissist lies, they deliberately spread false or misleading information, fully aware that they are not telling the truth. They are conscious of their deceitful tactics. However, delusions stem from a distorted perception of reality. For instance, after years of playing the victim, a narcissist may genuinely come to believe they are the victim. Narcissists constantly manipulate reality to fit their own narratives. In their minds, they twist events to justify their actions and vilify others. Over time, they start to believe their own fabrications more deeply. Regardless of any evidence presented, the only truths they acknowledge are the ones they concoct in their minds. Their recollections of past events might even morph to align with their false beliefs. This makes reasoning with them impossible. There is no point in hoping that a narcissist will one day take responsibility or finally see you for who you truly are. As I mentioned earlier, their egos don't mature or improve with age. They simply grow older and more entrenched in their delusions. 3. When the narcissist's victims suffer more than they do. It's a tragic reality that some narcissists outlive their victims, often remaining healthier too. Stress is a silent killer, and for empathic individuals, prolonged exposure to a narcissist's negativity can be fatal. Narcissists, however, thrive in chaos and confusion. They derive pleasure from the pain and misery of others. This is why they can sometimes live longer if they have a constant supply of narcissistic gratification. They relish having someone to dominate and deceive, which makes their days more enjoyable. It's crucial not to feed their narcissistic needs. Don't hold on to the hope that they will one day love or appreciate you. They won't. Instead, they will drain the life out of you. Narcissists can become even more toxic in old age, exacerbating the suffering of those around them. The purpose of this video is to illustrate how aging impacts the narcissist's life and how they continue to harm and manipulate those close to them. 4. Final thoughts. In conclusion, the narcissist's mental state deteriorates in numerous ways over time, yet they are too deluded to recognize the truth or accept responsibility. An aging narcissist remains dangerous. Their arrogance intensifies, and while they may find new methods to fulfill their cruel desires, they will always pose a threat. That's all for now. However, I want to share a short guide I've created on how to handle narcissists, which you can find in the text box below. Thank you for your support. I hope you found this information helpful. Please feel free to share your thoughts and experiences on today's topic in the comments below. Thank you for listening.